All right. Good morning. Sorry for both the delay and the little hiatus there. I've haven't had a stream in a little bit longer than I usually like to. Just haven't had time available to do these. Usually just getting in late, not having the time. Anyway, I found a nice one nighter. I'm also looking forward to doing in about a week and a half or 2 weeks and a half a 2 night special. I'll pick it, whatever it is. But today we're doing a combination set of photos from 2008. Half the set is photos I took around Camden Yards during an O's game. The other half is when I went up to New York City trying to get some Railfan window video from the from the classic series of Port Authority cars before they were replaced by the absolutely abysmal PA5s. Has made pretty much has made taking path pointless for the last 20 something years now. Almost 20, not completely 20. Anyway, I don't think I have anybody around now, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we got some people. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna kick off here. So at least these days, there's a lot. There seems to be a popular trend on transit YouTube to yell at Baltimore and its quote unquote bad light rail system. Yeah, there's a lot that they can be doing to, like the MTA doesn't do a great job with getting, the possible with its throughput to get people to and from the game. On the other hand, I think that their solution has been a supply side one. The O's are so abysmal that not a lot of people actually go to the games. So the capacity is not, they've solved the capacity constraints that way. I think they're the third worst team in baseball now, and that's pretty bad, seeing how awful the White Sox and the Rockies are right now. So anyway, I'm just gonna get going here, and we start off with. So I don't know what they're doing right now, but at least back in the day, they were definitely trying. Here we have number 5029 with this Birdland wrap on it. Back when wraps were cool, now they're on everything. And this also has the wraps over the windows, which at least the windows are at least themed there. This is a different photo. But you can see pretty good crowds getting off the light rail. Despite the light rail not going anywhere, the MTA, or at least I'm not sure what you can call it now. They did make pretty what is it? They did make an effort to sort of do a park and ride thing. Like if you're coming down 81, there's ample places you can get off and park and take the light rail. There's ample places south of the city too, where instead of trying to drive into the stadium, you can park and take the light rail. For all I know, the Baltimore, I guess it's still, I don't know. Maybe people feel safer driving in than they used to. I'm not sure what the issue is. I haven't been around there in the games enough to see how many people are taking the light rail versus not. But I don't know if they have an O's wrap like they used to back in 2008. Honestly, I'm fine with the O's poor performance. As a Phillies fan, when they got good literally around this time, the Phillies tickets got expensive and stayed expensive. I think the O's were like number 2 in their division. They were pretty good last year, and the tickets are still apparently like $30 for crap seats. That's way too expensive. They got to get those tickets down to $5. Like they used to be. So hopefully they'll bomb this year and bomb a couple of more years, and then the tickets will become affordable again. Except, of course, on the fancy nights where they're playing the Nats or the Sox or the Yankees. That's when people come out of town, and $30 for those teams is definitely a deal. If you would ask me in 2008 which Mark rolling stock would still be around 20 years later, I would not have guessed the GP39-2 or GP39H-2s. But yeah, they outlasted the GP40Ws. Even though the GP40Ws with their wide noses looked more advanced. These apparently were newer or made from newer stuff. They've gotten reconditioned, and they still run around. Sometimes you'll see them paired with the the MP36s. Um, so at this point in time, you still have a few more years left on the CPLs. I actually saw that these were not. I had these generically labeled, but apparently you can on some of these you can see the numbers, the signal numbers. These would have been likely numbered with the GRS CTC or NX machine at HB Tower. HB Tower having vanished sometime around the 1990s. Of course, things like HB Tower would have been closed long before because NX can pretty easily be remote controlled. So this would be signal number 20. I don't know if I have seen situations where they are RNL'd, but I'm not sure. On an NX machine, they're usually what do you call those? They are individually numbered. So this actually isn't HB Tower. I think I got this. This is the Camden Yards interlocking. Let's do a quick open on this and pull up an appropriate Baltimore division thingy. I want the 2005 one. That's the one. Yeah, this is Camden interlocking, not HB Tower. Although likely it would have been included when Camden Station was still its old form. It would have been part of HB Tower. So this is one of those things that I would make whatchamacallits of. So I can actually properly label these photos today. The D, of course, is for the delay and block rule. All the interlockings here are back-to-backs. These are going to be marked as distance, even though they are also home signals. Despite PTC now being all over the place, I'm still seeing these D signs. Just one of those little, like, one of those constant little things of, you know, roads always get a pass, but, you know, rail never has any, you can add safety, but, you know, you can add, like, statistical safety with tech. But of course, the railroads are never going to get, you know, have relief from the older rules because, you know, even though planes get that all the time, and roads. Here's number 22. To be honest, I have some photos I'm not going to be doing here. I did actually attend the game. The first one, of course, I'll pull that back up. It can display straight clear, medium clear, and approach medium. This one can just do medium clear. And likely slow approach slow or whatever else they would come out with. These signals were one of the few that implemented that flashing slow clear. It's someone on the BNO noticed that just having the green vertical without any orbitals, they labeled it as slow clear. But someone says, well, you know, you could have, you know, an approach medium, have a bulb out, and now it's displaying a slow clear. What are these two? So that's the 20 and the 22 sig, I guess. Yeah. Wait, hold on. 20, 22, 24. So anyway, they tried to make a hack in the the 60s or the 70s and made flashing green, slow, clear, and just straight green is slow approach slow. But a lot of times they just didn't bother to make any of the changes, and they just lived with slow approach slow as a thing. The Amtrak NORAC never did that, so like at Union Station, it's still slow clear. Don't know if they have bulb out protection or how they manage to deal with that. So that's the entrance to the famous Howard Street Tunnel there. Howard Street Tunnel is currently closed for a double stack clearance project. And here we have the 24 signal. Now, here's the question. I saw the first two. Hold on. Wait, why do I have two of these? Oh. I thought I got rid of one of these. Alright, there it goes. So this is HB Tower, and the next one is down is Bailey. Did I get these wrong? Yeah, that says 22. So that would be 24 in theory. I'm making sure I got this right here. Yeah, there's 20 in there. 22. See, that's a different signal. So I don't know what this one is. What I can do is quick go to my signals. See if I have any other photos of these. I do have other ones. I thought I had this all figured out. Now it looks like I got that wrong. Okay, let's check these other HB Tower photos. Or Camden. Do I have Camden in here? Yes. See, these are all like... What the heck? It's weird. Oh, I guess I didn't have that many Camdens. Hey, wait, what? Oh, there we go. Did that like go in and like mark over the so there's the 17 switch, 15 switch. Did they repaint these right before they were decommissioned? Oh no, they did. Alright, maybe I have other ones labeled as HB. Alright, one sec. Sorry for this. I thought I had this all figured out, and I don't. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get resolution on this one. Anyway, yes, that's not station track 3. There's a separate signal like right in there, I'm pretty sure. See, it shouldn't be though. Maybe I'm just looking at this wrong. This is like the easiest signal anywhere, and I don't like have good photos of it. Just looking for something specific here real quick. I see my problem is I'm misspelling Baltimore Terminal Sub wrong. Yeah. So that's the start of HB. That's what the signal is that I'm looking at. That one right there. And that would be part of I think that's part of HB Tower. Oh, it's not. That is part of Camden. Okay. So that was the important part. So that's the signal right there. This is when they're in dwarfs, modern unilens. But they have an extra signal for whatever reason. So when you're coming in, you pass. There's one, and there's a second. There's like an extra little blob of the interlocking for whatever reason. I don't know. They need capacity. Who the hell knows? Okay. So that's right. This is number 24, but the other one is not 24. I don't know what it is. It's something. But I barely even have a thing of it, so screw it. I'm going to call it 2X. All right. At least I got an answer. Apologize for the delay there. Yeah, so that's not track 3. That's that signal there. So track 1, so it's track 1, 2, 3 up there, yeah. Then it becomes track Mark 1, Mark 2, and HB, but we're still up there. So that would be actually track 1 signal, but I'm just going to call it signal 24. here we have the bottom end of Camden. So HB Tower has this connector track and these two marked tracks, and that crossover, and everything above it is Camden interlocking. So there's the crossover, there's the marked track, and then these are for Camden. Let's get this stuff all cleared out of here. Yeah, that's completely wrong. Well, I'm glad I'm able to resolve these. I didn't even know these mislabelings existed. But you can see that people go into the game via that. So there's the light rail station. For a long time, what is it, Hanover Street or something? Hamburg Street. That was only open for Ravens games, and eventually the MTA just opened it full time, which is good. It also can work for O's games. I don't know if it was open at this time. I don't see people. It was literally like you get down there, but they had a gate and everything. It was really, stupid. Anyway, this is eastbound. And same thing. I guess even today, though, the unilenses are, they're kind of nice, but it's a shame it is a shame they don't run more service on the Camden line because you never get to appreciate them. Every once in a blue moon, oh no, not anymore. Every once in a blue moon, I used to need I had reason to ride the Camden line. Like, instead of going to work, I had to go to the University of Maryland or something. So I would take Camden line instead. I did that in 2015. But now I don't live in the city anymore, so I really don't have a lot of use to take the Camden line. It's possible if I went to an O's game, I'd have the reason to do it. So here we have Bailey interlocking. These are all sort of together, and it took me forever to really get a good handle of what interlocking was what. There's Bailey is part of Bailey's Y, but not all of Bailey's Y. So that signals Bailey. That is actually part of HB Tower. So see, that line is HB Tower, but the signal there is offset due to the curve. So that signal is actually part of Bailey, but that Y track is part of HB Tower. So that dwarf, HB Tower, this mast, Bailey. Let's see how I got that wrong back in the day. Yeah. Oh, and that was a replacement mast, too. There was derailment. I thought that was going to be the end of it. I always love the random homeless dudes. Bailey's Y was a popular location for boarding and for modern day hobos to get on and off the trains due to the slow speed. I saw it happen. I saw a guy get off a train once. I saw people hanging around there a lot. Oh, it's not southbound. God, it's westbound. And I'm pretty sure I heard this train coming. There's this whole series of grade crossings. south of here. So I'm almost certain that I knew this guy was coming. I was able to get lined up for him. This is going to be one of the evolutions, 5244. Probably an AC44, an AC40, ES40, whatever. You can see there's the HP Tower one right there. Like I said, the one that replaced, they just dumped it right there. I actually got I went by and I pulled a bulb out. I still got the bulb from that as a souvenir. Might as well check what that is. 5244 ES. Oh, it's a C40-10. I really hope they keep making. If they make a tier 4 DC powered, that would be a C40-11. I don't know what a 12 would be. They need some sort of new generation. Oops. Hi. The O train. Yeah, I'm aware of that. The half light DMU and the other half light, electrified. My friend was up in Ottawa. I might get up there one of these days. I want to do the Canadian with the heritage equipment. It's going to be on there for a few more years, so I'm just gonna, what do you call that? Procrastinate on that a little bit more. So here's the question. Now it looks like I junked this photo, and I don't usually junk photos willy-nilly, but I'm going to junk that one because I have this one as a replacement. That's soft. So an interesting thing is because I thought HP Tower's bigger, I mislabeled all these things. So that is the 7 switch. But these are not outer CPL dwarfs. They're just the eastbound CPL dwarfs. And not, did I put northbound? Oh my god. Yes. Jesus. There we go. That's better. And our boys right here, 5244 and 5451. Pretty sure these are going to be both ES44 DCs or C40-10Ws. Yep, they're both C40-10Ws. And an MTA doohickey train. Probably going to be on the 59, what is it, 5200? I'm pretty sure they're all 5200. ABB. How many do they make? Oh, there were actually 2 orders. 53. They're ridiculously long. Okay, so they're all going to be 5200s. Or 5000, sorry, not 5200. Five 0XX at HP Tower. It's crazy how bad like labeling was even in 2008. Like, ugh. Of course, I guess I got photos out a lot faster, so there's that. So there is HP Tower right there. So I was in the vicinity or the aftermath of the so all of these all of the signaling I think went in around the 92 because the whole Camden Yards complex got redone. Maybe it wasn't 92, maybe it was the 80s. Wait, you know what can tell me? I can just look it up. Here we go. 20th century, 1958, 61, 1971. Come on. I want to think it was all that was redone in 1992, but I just don't know. Anyway, so anyway, as I was saying, I was around when Carol was re-signaled. They basically took all the contents of that, not the relays, but like the wood got dumped in a dumpster. So it's interesting just like what the state of the art for those were. It's pretty much the same from the 1940s up into the 80s. And like remember the relays are going to be different, but like it's all the stuff's going to be mounted on like plywood. That's a 54, 51 is really well lit there. Oops. And the light rail is also in that train. Sorry, is also in that frame. Sorry, it's not. It's the east-westbound CPL mast. You had to make sure that I'm getting that. Cool. That's a nice one. Can I get that number? No. Another mislabel, of course. But that's why pencils have erasers. Same thing. Glad I got good coverage of this. These is all you can also tell with that antenna that these were used. I think they were using still using ATCS, the dispatch system. And just the mast. That's a beautiful. I love that with the shadow right there. Really nice. That's a nice pickup right there. I'm gonna bring that in a little bit, right there. These are just all labeled wrong. I just don't get it. Cut off a little more crap there. There we go. And looks like I got another shot of it here. Might have tossed this photo. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one though. Sometimes I toss them, sometimes I don't. I'm gonna keep this one. It's. Oh, I got a number. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's soft, I know, but CUOH 7169. Let's see what railroad that is. Columbus and Ohio River Railroad. Oh, it's a goddamn Genesee in Wyoming. Part of the PR Panhandle, acquired from kind of 1992. Interesting. Huh, that's weird. Nice zoom shot of Camden interlocking and the two eastbound CPL dwarfs here. How does that look? That looks good. Yeah, that's that extra signal right there. And what I think I was waiting for was a departure. Mark trains will depart here south to go to D.C. And they will also depart to go to the yard. The yard is they take that Bailey's Y and go down to Locust Point. 7757, I believe, is still in service. Oh, my stream didn't freeze up. Any issues here? No one's texting me, so. Yeah, I definitely like the opportunity to fix a lot of my old mistakes, especially with this one. Still stinks I'm only halfway done here. Alright, I'm going to do a couple here, and then I'll reset. 27. Yeah. Do these 3 more. I can talk again for the path stuff. I'm going to keep this HP Tower label on this one because it effectively is where the old HP Tower used to be. It's not necessarily saying that it's part of HP Tower interlocking. You can't really see any interlocking appliances here. As always, I do try to keep the labels the same, but I know that that's impossible in a lot of situations. That fence kind of stinks. I wonder if they replaced it or not. We'll see how much I can cut out of this. It's a reasonable amount. Good enough. And you don't have a number on this one. Oh, this is the northbound track 1 signal, I believe. Yes, that would be right there. Track 1, 2, and then 3. In theory, it governs track Mark 1, but where that actually starts, who knows? It's not northbound. Whatever. So if you're wondering, because of the extra signal, this doesn't have to do a restricting. All of these Camden station is all restricted speed into the station. They don't have like a slow approach to a stop, but this will give you slow approach, either slow approach or medium approach. I don't know why it gives you medium approach or a medium approach to a restricting. I think the straight. I don't know. Actually, it's sort of weird. I guess slow approach would be the straight one, and the diverging. It's strange. It's all like 10 mile an hour anyway. What is it? 15. So it's all slow speed anyway. So who cares? All right, these 3 can go. All right, the next ones get a little trickier. All right, got 27. I'm going to do 14 and then 13. So let's see if anybody is here have any questions. All right, looks like my chat is perked up a little bit there. Not my chat, my stream monitor. So one thing I noticed to get good photos of Dock interlocking in its final years, if you were getting off at Newark Penn Station, you had a reason to stand in the vestibule. So I used that to my advantage to get a variety of reasonable photos. So here's some photos I'm not going to include, Camden Yards, and here we go. I should probably pull up a diagram of dock interlocking. PRR. Dock. There it is. The 93 auto right there. So this is the 143 something switch. 143W, if you want to call it that. They frequently do. And there's Doc's furthest signal. We good? We're good. This is a really nice light. This is very early in the morning. Doc 143 switch. I really, really, really want to put a direction on this, but I'm pretty sure I have this. I have other photos exactly like this. So I kind of want to let it ride. I have to dig into my tower photos here. Let's go to Doc. Huh, I only have this one, it looks like. Shocking. Looks like people want some more. What's going on here? Okay, that does it. Cool. Well, I guess I can keep it. I don't really have any others. Yeah, the Doc kept its pneumatics. They even refreshed them pretty late in its life before the M3s all rolled in. Oh, these are really badly labeled. These really need better labeling. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, this guy is going to get labeled 143E. It's reverse, but the points plus 2 times A5s plus the CP valve plus heaters. Yeah, this is also one of the last places that Amtrak was using shrouded direct burner, low pressure natural gas. The yellow pipe you see is the natural gas one. They've all gone electric now. That got it. Next photo at Dock. Dock closed in 2017, by the way, so this is about 9 years before it closed. So now we're dealing with signals. Signal labels are inherently directional, so I don't have to go and fiddle with the labels on these. This should be fine. Now, it's a little dark, though, in this one. What does it look like? I'd say I brighten that up a lot. That looks good. Perfect. And this is where having the pre-done one is perfect. I finally got to use a file name from before. Next. Okie dokie. So this has, where'd that go? That one has 150R, 148R, 152L, 150L. I'm missing one of those. I think it's the 148. Hold on. Oh, I got them all here. Okay, here we go. Unlike the other signal bridge, this one's a beam. I might want to capture more of this bridge too. I think I have other photos of the beam. Oh, I also have a switch CP in there. That's the, looks like the 133 switch. All right, let's fix this all up. What do we got? What can I do with this? Cool. Let's try to get some of this redness out of here. There we go. That looks good. Oh, that's the problem. Wait, hold on. Which signals am I looking at? I didn't. Oh, these aren't labeled right. 148R. The R is 52. Okay, those need to be reversed. Okay. There we go. Yeah, the whole dock complex was and is a really fun thing. If you're ever getting off at Newark, I highly advise you to go stand in the rear vestibule, especially on an Amtrak Regional or an NJT. Amtrak Regional is going to get you the best thing. Oftentimes the crew guy is not back there. Oh, see, that guy's out at approach. That would be the 150R. So can I see that? Can't there. I really can't. Oh, I kind of can there. But this is what I want for this guy. Adjust it slightly. Wrap it up. Nice. Got it. Wow, I really went after these guys. I love the non-standard backing on the 150L there. Instead of a full, either nothing, it's got that little half guy there. That's pretty cute. So I'm going to cut that off there. Roll that in as best I can. There we go. These all got replaced by the new Safe Train modular ones. Although some of the ones that need to be in close quarters did just get LED upgrades. I'll see if I can point out which ones those are. Boy, I was really zooming and doing crazy stuff here today. I think this is the 148. Correct. Jesus Christ. That got it. That's all I need for that one. And what's this? The 133W switch and then the 151. Plus the 148R signal. The train has gone like 100 feet and I've taken like 50 photos. Just gotta get rid of some of these some of the green out of these. Might be from the window. Was 151 a solo switch? No, it's also 151W. Cool. Next. Oh, cool. Path trains. Path had all sorts of weird numbering. It's just, I don't know what, it's sort of hard to, and all Path cars, even to this day, are all single units. Even if they only have one cab, they're all built as single units. No marrying. They're all independent of each other. I don't know why. They just are. All right. Looks good. Why didn't I zoom in? That's 637. Now they're built by St. Louis Car, aluminum bodies, same family as the later Hawker Siddeley, Boston Orange Line and Blue Line cars. Let's cut off that little bit there. This can be the 133 switch, it looks like. Yeah. With an A5 and the CP valve there. Oops. Here we are going underneath the path flyover to the path yard. Path flyover is facing in the westbound direction. Okay. There's the 152R. If you remember, we already passed the 150. We saw the back of the 152L previously. These are US&S Model 14s. They are done in pairs. I believe that this was desired to be something here. Zoomed in a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure about that crop. Maybe I'll make it a little closer. $120W switch with double. A lot of these had the double A5 due to them just being long. Even though the speeds here weren't great, they had double A5 point machines, an A and a B. You can see them right there. I might actually want to cut some of this. I'm losing a lot of detail for just switch plate blade. Alright, that looks good. Now, is this reverse or normal? That's 127. I think that this is reverse. We're going over to track 3. No, it's normal. And that's it for that set. And we're down to one more here. Let's have a little bit more. Yeah, we're crawling through dock here. But as soon as we're done with dock, we got some subway stuff. And that's pretty much it. Let's see if anyone has any questions, if I'm boring everyone. Yeah, I don't really have a lot going on here. This is what happens when you don't do a lot of these. There we go. So that's the 127, it looks like. Sorry, that's the 120. Where's the 123? Whatever. I'm just going to... There we go. Perfect. Perfect alignment right there. Here's my this one stakes. It's the compact nature of it. Not a great photo. It's also been LED'd, but you can. I did a whole blog post on how position lights can be made into this sort of compact form. That is going to be the 128L signal. In theory, that could have been autoed, but they didn't want to do that. How am I going to do this? This isn't the greatest photo of it, so I'm not going to try too hard to capture a lot. There's not much on the zoom. But I'm going to deal with this best I can. So, what is it? 128. 128L. There's another compact one right there, the 126R. Again, you can see how the just the spacing between it all is quite smaller than typical. I'll leave this in its wide aspect. Just note that on the thing. I don't know if that one's still there. I think that is still there. Oh no, they put full-sized ones there. So those didn't have to be compact. This guy got moved into a mast. This guy there. Got moved into a mast. That one I think is still there. These were compacts, so they would have sight lines under the train shed. I don't know if this one is now full size or not. We can go look. I'll make this a square aspect ratio. Get more in there. That's useful. Unless that isn't. Again, I'll use the old whatever. Let's go check to see what's up with those. I'm kind of curious. Oops. Huh. How does that look? That looks good. All right, let's do a quick check on Newark Penn. Where is that? There it is. I'm pretty sure you can see what's going on. There's the signal bridge. There's one on there. I'm betting it's a new safe train style. Oh, just can't quite see. Still can't quite see. No, I don't know. Not sure. Yeah, they put a big one. And then that one that was there got moved into a mast somewhere down there. This is the last photo of dock interlocking. Again, this is the reason I'm hanging it up. 126E. There's no E. Oh my god. How many mistakes did I make on this stuff? Where is that? There it is. There it is, 126R. I'll leave this one wide. I'll leave this because there's not a lot of detail on that. That's a zoom photo. Cool. All right, that's all the dock stuff. Just gonna do a couple of cleanups. Oh yeah, I went to the Natural History Museum. That's right. This is looking. I don't know if this is eastbound or westbound. I just say southward. Nice IND lamps. Those are beautiful. Whoa. It's a little bit too, what the heck? How's that? Alright, that got him in the thing that I needed. Cool. Next. This is an IR. Oh, this is 59th on the IRT. Hold on. So this would be, I think, the eastbound platform. Yeah, the NYC subway is east-west canonically, which is very odd since a lot of it is north-south. So, yeah, I think it's east-west. Maybe it's not. I have to have a subway thing in here somewhere. There they are. Oh, it is. It does appear to be north-south then. Cool. All right, never mind then. Good. What track is this? IRT 96th. That's gonna be track 1, I believe. Yeah, I love the sunlight there. Cool. Don't know what that's about. The rail in here is pretty crazy. Hold on. I don't usually do a lot of station stuff, but this is fine. And almost down to it. Now, what the hell station is this? Looks like 40th? Let's find out. This says 59th. This is not 59th. This is something different. 1/10th. Why did we go up to 1/10th? Was Alex up there? Maybe that wasn't track 1 then. Like screwed at the last moment. Hold on. If I turn on my transit. Yeah, that's track 4. Okay. Well, it could actually be either one. But I bet I came down there and I'm going to 1/10th. So that's going to be track 4, not track 1. Cool. All right. And this is 1/10th. So I'm assuming that I took the photo once I got off the train. Huh, but there's no third track. What the heck 1/10th station is this? Yeah, Cathedral Park. Oh, I know where I was going. I was going to the cathedral. That looks like, yeah, it looks like it. Oh, there's the third track. It's right there. Okay. The question becomes, was this before or after I went to the cathedral? It was before. I'm not doing the cathedral photos. They're tangential. Okay. Shave. So this is going to be facing north. 1/10th. Street IRT. Track. Four, it looks like. Where's north? Yeah, track 4. Stupid little pissant whatever photos. All right, finally we're down to the last one. This is probably the last signal. It's nice. Sorry, not one of the last, but this is nice when there was a signal over the Princeton Junction station platform at the end, and this was causing capacity problems because trains would be platforming and holding the block. So literally, by moving the ABS signal to the before the platform, Amtrak they could reduce delays. I don't need to redo all those. Okay. I'll show you where that is in just a second. We're almost done. Amtrak Northern NEC signal 472 rear angle. There we go. And I believe that I got these. Oh, I think I got a thunderstorm coming here. So I'll clear out in just a sec. Anyway, thank you all for the few people who might even be here. Thank you for attending. Sorry for the lack of content. Damn it. I'm gonna be on June 19th, 18th, 19th, and 19th to 20th. I will be doing two more a back-to-back night for a two-parter. That's gonna be that will be TBD. So we'll see what that's gonna be. But it's gonna be something from 2008. I have a couple of ideas. I just have to pick one. That's it. And for just your information, Princeton Junction, what they did was the signal used to be there, and trains would be sitting there holding the block, and they just moved it like right there. So, and then we went 562 and didn't matter anymore. I wonder if the block is still there. Huh, don't see it. Weird. Okay, that's it. Thank you all. I'll check for questions in just a sec. Any questions in the chat? No? All right, I'm out. Have a great night. See you next time.